All right, so we're back, and it looks like there's a bunch of cars on the track now for live practice here in the afternoon. And we're currently looking at the number 4 position Corvette C7R of the T2G team. T2G Racing combo is driving right now, and the session's got 2 hours left, and we got 4 cars right now on the server. We're following the Corvette, and it's Ron Caranci, Brett Gray in the booth. Looks like we got one more car joined in.
Yeah, good day everybody.
Well, after your outing this morning, Brett, with the prototype, now you get a chance to look at some of the other cars here. It looks like we got a couple of LMP2s out there, a few LMP2s, and then we got a few GTLMs.
Yes.
Oh, the Corvette just nosed right into the barriers in turn 1 there, and he's going to have to repair his vehicle there and make a few changes. Wow, he missed the, he overshot the braking zone and just clobbered the barriers in turn 1. Now we're looking at the 3rd position. Oh, another one clobbers a barrier.
Yes.
Wow, just got on the car there and just nailed that barrier. So it looks
Brett
like
entered your channel SCFR on SCFR.
So we got Isaac Barclay currently leaving pits.
yeah, and he's in. Don't know if he's in a generic skin that we painted.
Yes, he is
like,
a
all right.
generic skid. I'll have a quick look actually. What car number's he in?
Looks like he's in 36. So this is a like a green teal green color. On the 36. Yeah, this is a prototype too. Looks like we have another one entered. So yeah, we're getting them on now. It's prime time for them in Europe now. So we're starting to get some of the guys on the server, and you can see Michael Solma entered now. And we're definitely gonna have some open practice here now for the 1.6 hours of Long Beach. Ron Caranci, Brett Gray in the booth here. rfactor2wc.com. Live practice from Long Beach, California.
Alright, Isaac, car number 36, LMP2, no Wi-Fi Autosport. He's currently got the best time at the moment in this practice session with a 1:16.783. Just starting a flying lap now.
Yeah, for some reason I lost my live timing, my driver timing on the left there. That's strange. Let me see if I can get the timing back. Sometimes when I escape, the timing will come back for me. I think when a new car joins up, maybe that's when it happens. Nope, still got the live timing. Maybe hasn't posted a lap yet, but I haven't seen. I guess maybe that's why he might not have posted a lap yet.
And we got Robert currently with a 1:17.957. He's also from No Wi-Fi Autosport. So we've got 2 teammates out there at the moment, running some laps. They're both in P2s. We've got T2G P2, I think that is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, as soon as he hits the line, then my timing starts to show up. Okay, so it's there now. All right, so he's got to, he's got to be posting laps first.
Yeah, car 59, T2G Esport. That's Nicholas at the wheel, currently with a 1:18.046.
Well, we got a few cars. Like I said, the guys are in the same car number because they're the drivers just testing out. So looks like we got a couple of 59s out there, and a couple of 36s.
Combo's in the P2G Esport
Corvette.
Currently fourth on the timings with a 1:20.235, which I think for a GT, I think that's a good time.
Yeah, I think probably you're right on there. Probably a good time there. I'm not sure for sure what the GTs have been posting, but it's the first couple of times we're trying it, so we'll find out. The guys are on track now, so they got a couple hours left in the session. We'll see what happens. We're probably going to get a few more. We'll probably get about 10 or 15 cars within the next half hour or so, because it's one of those times where the guys are starting to get ready for everything.
Yeah, first time we've seen on track this year. I'm just answering some questions here from some of the drivers.
We can see on the screen there. You type in there, and you can see it coming up. Yeah. I'll remove that for the next broadcast on the chat.
I'm hoping it's pronounced this way. Obsidian Endurance Racing, and a GTLM Porsche car number 13, with Mike at the wheel. They've signed up just for the the sprint round. So it's the first time we've seen that car and driver this year in the series.
I think it's Mike Leland, it looks like.
Yeah, yes.
Mike Leland in the 13.
120. LMP2. That's Sakenya Endurance Motorsport. LMP2 number 120 with Mikkel Samoa.
That's Michael's. I think it's Michel Soma. Soma is in that car.
Yeah, at the wheel. Well, look, the server only went live yesterday, so some of these drivers are just getting their first look at it, and we'll see if we can get someone for a chat a bit later and get some feedback on what they think of the track. It is very tight and very bumpy, and there is one thing I noticed earlier on today when I was out on track in the earlier session was I really had to open up the steering lock to get around the final hairpin.
Let's get over to the World Endurance website. I want to take a look at the Just make sure they get it known that the live practice is up. Put it in the show box on the website. And there we go. All right, so we're live and watching Mike Leland in the 13 Porsche. So you can see the LMP2 going down a long straight there at Long Beach, the front straight, and you see the difference in times with the P2 and the speeds in the P2 compared to the GT class cars and the GTLMs and Porsche. Let's see if we can't get another car here. It looks like we got the 120 Michael Solma now on screen. We'll watch him for a little bit in the Scania Endurance Motorsports machine. Currently have 5 on the server right now. In open practice, it's 23 degrees Celsius on the track. Air temperature is 29 degrees Celsius, so it is hot. Oh, Soma couldn't make the corner, the hairpin. He ends up escaping back to the pit. Looks like he doesn't have the steering lock either to make that corner, Brett.
Yes, they really need to open that up.
So it looks like we're looking at one of the 59s right now on the track of Bilotis, or Bilotis 59. T2G Bilotis 59. His last lap was 117.8, I think it was. And let's see if we can get some timing. I'll put some telemetry on here for you too. There we go. I can see some telemetry and what gear he's in. So we got another one on there. That's number 7. I figure they're starting to come in there, and that's one of the guys that's one of the drivers there. That's the new one there, Mikael Force or Farr. We'll see if he's part of a team or something. But that's the one I accepted. Just accepted
yes,
now on for the mod.
I'll just have a look there.
It looks like he's one of the French drivers.
What's he in? LMP2, is he?
Yeah, he's in the 2 car, so we'll find out.
2.
Well, they're going to start to show up now because the race is in a couple of weeks.
120. He's in an LMP 120. He's the Kenya Motorsport.
Okay, so he's in the 2 car showing on my screen here. Well, it's number 2 anyway. So he's in the wrong car.
Yes, that he is.
I'd have to let him know.
Yes.
We just backed up for a second there so we can load his car scan in. And this way we'll go back to the race there and see if we can get some shot of a car, maybe in pit road here, so I can get a close-up of the cars. So we got a shot of pit lane here too. As Brett lets them know that he's in the wrong vehicle, we'll have to back out and grab the other vehicle. And we're back watching the Porsche again. Mike Leland, he's out on the track. Looks like he got back out there and going to try another run. So their braking distance is a lot further back than the LMPs, of course. Definitely harder to stop, these ones. Harder to drive. GTLM class, but they're a lot slower class though, so they definitely don't get the speed that the LMP 1s or 2s have. So far we don't have an LMP 1 on the track, on the server right now. We've got LMP 2s. This morning we had 2 LMP 1s practicing, and this afternoon we got we got 3 LMP 2s looks like, and 2 GTs, and we have an LMP 1, yes, Leland there, Fiera is back on with an LMP 1, but he's still in the 2 car. He's going to have to make it, you're going to have to change that car. maybe he doesn't understand. But I think it's one of the. Is it one of the Sicania Motorsports machines he's in?
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what he's in. And I'm just.
He's not supposed to be in a prototype one.
Yeah. No, he's in 51 Racing's 2 car. And yes, he's definitely, and right, okay. No.
Let's hope the drivers are all in the right cars. Oh, we got a front end off of one of the cars here. Looking at look like the 120 of Michael Soma, and that is the P2 Sicania Motorsports entry. Looks like he's missing his front end. Going to stop that machine and head back to the pit there with a quick escape. We're going to escape out for a second here so we can load the car skins in. That's what happens in our factory. Gives you a temp until the guys are in the server, and then we will get back to the server here. And you can see now that we got the one of the 36s coming out here. Robert Strachan. It looks like they said looks like they're typing back to you, and they said he's a pilot for the T2G or team there. Oh, look out. He's into the wall in one of the corners there and knocked the front end off. Now the 36 car is where Robert Strachan is in right now. And is that one of the cars that he's signed up for? Oh, there goes the rear wing too. So he's just ripping the car apart every corner.
Robert Strachan, let's have a look. He's in 36.
Yeah, is he part of the team running in 36? So you figure.
Yes, he is.
So he's fine.
No Wi-Fi Autosport.
Yes, he's fine right now, and
currently got no front end on that car.
Yeah, he's going to bring her in now. Looks like he's going to bring her in down pit lane right now, pit road.
I seen a little cheeky comment there when he hit the wall from Isaac Barclay, his teammate. Actually put a comment up as he hit the wall. No Wi-Fi racing, living up to its name.
Well, we got Isaac on screen right now. Like I said, the drivers can double up on the car number that they're in, of course, for practice, because we're letting the multiple cars on the track for practice. So that, of course, they're going to be able to practice with their own vehicle, as long as they're in their own vehicle and they're not in somebody else's vehicle at the time if they're signed up with that vehicle. And it looks like he just bumped the wall there. And remember, the walls here are concrete K-rails, so you bump the car against the wall here, and you'll probably damage it a little bit. That's for sure. So we got live practice here, and of the 1.6-hour race here at Long Beach, coming up on March 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in North America. Brought to you by GXPC Computers and RF2WC.com, RacingSimplified.com. And so far, we have 5 cars right now on the track taking your practice. One of the first practices we had, Brett, other than this morning, we had a short practice since we put the server up with you, and I think it was the Sicania Motorsports entry with Roberto De Filipis. Now we got...
Roberto actually set a blistering time there too. I'll just check out his time. I was, I think I got down to an 11 and 11.4.
Well, right now, currently Isaac is the top of the P2s right now. I don't see any P1s there, so it's top of the P2s right now. He's beating his teammate. And there's a couple other P2s as well. Let's see what he posted this time, 1:16.7. Pretty sure they're just trying to get used to the track. Let's see what kind of... he goes in pretty deep in the braking zone as well. And there's a lot of rubber set down on the track. You can see that dark line, so there's definitely quite a bit of rubber out there. Let's see if we can ride along with him in the cockpit, and we'll ride along with Isaac. Looks like T2G Combo is back in, and looks like Fair's entered the race as well. And it looks like I'm gonna have to back out to the monitor screen here so I can get them to load in their car skins so I can see the skins. All right, see if we can get back into the vehicle here. There we go. So as you can see, he's coming up on a GT there as the Prototype 2 is going to just go a little bit wide there and try to get by him, but the GT had already cut the corner there, so he's still in front of him. We'll see the closing rate on the LMP2 compared to the Porsche. In GTLM class in front, you can see the closing rate. Kind of squeak by there on the inside. So this is no Wi-Fi racing, and I think this is one of the first races is going to be with us here at the WEC, and so far so good in practice. I've seen a bunch of cars hit the walls and getting used to the track. This is definitely a tough circuit when it's especially when it's slippery, and it's a street circuit, so there's no reprieve if you go off on this circuit. I mean, you're either into the tire barriers with not a pleasant feeling at all, or into the concrete KO rails with is definitely not a pleasant feeling, and you'd probably be bringing her back to the pit for a few repairs after hitting one of those concrete K rails. All right, let's see if we can follow along with one of the other drivers here. So we get the second place car here. So his is his partner, and his partner's run a 1:16 on that last lap, 1:16 and a half. So Strachan, Robert Strachan in the other 36 on the track here for no Wi-Fi racing. Now I hope that means what I think it means. No Wi-Fi means they don't like to race on Wi-Fi, and they got hardwired. Look out! Strachan's into the barriers towards the back straight. Looks like he didn't wreck it, but bounced off the tire barriers, backed it up, and kept going. A little bit of damage there on that Prototype 2 there, that Ligier.
I'd just like to, while we're here, just throw a couple of things out there. We've had a couple of new people, admins, come on board. We've got Huey who will be doing some translation for us. So if there's anybody out there that he speaks fluent English and native Brazilian Portuguese, so if there's anyone out there that don't speak English on any teams from Brazil and they speak Portuguese, just get in contact with Guy. He also speaks a bit of Spanish, and if any team is looking for a car skin to be done, contact him and he'll look after skins for you. We've also got just recently come on board Robert Marino, who goes by Bob M. He'll be looking after the forum. He's the forum administrator, so behave, otherwise he'll be on to you. And he's also looking after, which we've got coming up shortly, starting round 1 on the 16th at Homestead, the Racing Simplified 98 kart series. So it's based on the 1998 cars and tracks. Of course, if we can't get the 1998 version of the track or that particular track they went to, we'll have to substitute it for something else. But yeah, that kicks off on the 16th of March. That's running at 7:30 p.m. New York US time. So Friday night New York US time. So if anybody is interested, yeah, jump onto the forum and sign up. There's still plenty of spots left for that. So we've got a few things starting to kick off shortly. We'll have this Thursday we've got Clios, which run at 8 o'clock Sydney Australia time. That's once a fortnight on Thursdays. At Hockenheim this Thursday. And on Sunday nights, starting at 9 o'clock Sydney Australia time, we've got the ONL Oceania NASCAR League, which is run by Gary Cross Machine, who does all of our track work for us. And shortly in US time, we'll have the SCFR stock car series starting up. That's probably a couple of months away yet, but SCFR stands for Stock Car Fixed Racing. So it's fixed setups. You just turn up, put your bum in the car, and away you go.
Well, it looks like we're currently watching the 972 cars right now, and this is the Corvette C7R. Mikhail looks like he's in the car.
Ah, he's in the right car now.
Looks like somebody was asking, like, they're happy to something or other. I didn't catch it.
Yeah,
spew the names on the stream, but we'll get the names if you we talk to you. We can get the names down, and we can hopefully we're going to get to know all you drivers by name and your styles and everything, and hopefully we'll catch your names and get them all pronounced correctly on the stream. Right now we're just testing out our stream, making sure everything's working, getting some live timing going here for you guys in practice. Looks like we got 7. Looks like Eric Monet is in, and that's the 51 Racing Machine. Eric's in now, and he's on the server. So we're going to get a few of them jump on and off the server. I figure we're probably going to have between 7 and 10, 7 and 12 drivers at one time on here. We might get a few more, but that's usually what happens in practice.
Yep. Just to fill everybody in there, Eric in the 51 Racing, he's actually in the 51 P2 car. He's running that in the sprint rounds, but in the endurance rounds he's teaming up with Gilles in the number 2 51 Racing LMP1 Porsche. They finished second last year in our inaugural season. They had rather a good year and showed a lot of pace. But they've decided to split their drivers in the sprint rounds and run an LMP2 in the sprint rounds, and so that car will be competing not for the overall championship but for the sprint round championship. And there we go, there's our first chaos at turn 1.
Yep, we just seen it live on the stream. We're just loading in some cars again here so we can get the car skins. We backed out of the race there, so we'll load in those skins. Alright, we're back now. Let's see who we can get here. Looks like, oh, he just overshot. I don't know if he went on purpose in there. He might have stopped the car with the 36 Racing Team. Let's see what we got on the track right now. A couple of Porsches. Leland's on there, and we got Ben Russell. So, Ben Russell in the 12 car. Now is Ben in the what team is Ben for? Looks like he's one of the default skins as well we put in for him.
Yeah, they'll be sending their skin in shortly. Actually, they just didn't have enough time to get it in. He's in the 12. The 12 Porsche. Now, that is, where are we? That's Obsidian Engineering Racing. They've entered 2 cars, both Porsches, car 12 and car 13. In car 12 we've got Ben Russell, and in car 12 we've got Mick Lilland.
Yep.
Again, just running the sprint rounds, just contesting the sprint championship. So both those drivers, we were having a look earlier at Mike, but yeah, first time we're seeing this team this year and these car and driver combinations on track, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. Just to fill everybody in, the sprint rounds are full, but we have a standby list because, of course, not every car and team can make every round because sometimes real life gets in the way. So by all means, yeah, sign up, and for the sprint rounds we'll put you on the standby list. There's still 20 out of 42 spots, is, I think, off the top of my head. Actually, I'm not going to go that way. I'll pull it up and let you know exactly. Where are we? We've still got 17 vacancies out of 42 for the endurance rounds. And currently we've got, in this round coming up, we've got 17 P1s, 10 P2s and 15 GTs to give us a full field of 42 cars. And I'd just like to say I'm glad Bruno will be starting the car role I'm running in the LMP1 number 27 WEC Racing Simplified, because 42 cars on track, I really don't want to be the one to have to go into turn one for the first lap.
Well, that's a given. I think you're going to be in traffic most of the race no matter what, so might as well get used to it. You know, it's baptism under pressure. Yes. Or what is it called? Baptism under fire, not baptism under pressure. Baptism under fire.
There is, I did notice early on when I was getting used to the track and that in a few practice sessions ago, if you've got ABS turned on, it helps you a lot. If you've got your traction control turned on, it helps you a lot, but can be a big problem if you loop the car and you're facing the wrong way, because you can't flick spin it. You've got to do, I'd say, about a 6-point turn, so that can be an issue.
Well, we do allow one driver per team to spot for them, so they'll have to know when a car's coming, and there's going to be cars all the time there, so if they do that and they back out and cause an accident or something, we'll definitely have a replay, as we are doing the replays. So the replay will be where we're going to do our post-race penalty reviews. Excuse me.
Yeah, there'll be no penalties issued during race, unless it's picked up and it's pretty blatant, because most of the admins are actually running in the race. So, but you'll have myself and Ron here in the broadcast booth to start with. Ron's not running the race. And at some point, hopefully, if the car's still running, I'll take over from Reno and bring it home to the checkered flag.
Yep, I'll be bringing you flag-to-flag coverage here, and hopefully we'll see a good one, but we're definitely going to see some action. I can guarantee it. I don't think the drivers in their first sprint race are going to be patient enough to let the race kind of come to them a little bit and then make whatever passes they can at the times they can where it's available to pass on the track, because they're going to try to make their own way around cars. And what's going to happen is, on a spot up at the track that's not a great place to pass, one little mistake from one of the cars, doesn't have to be a big mistake, just to be enough to, like this Corvette that just hit the wall right there. If you have 4 or 5 or a bunch of cars coming after him and he bounces off the wall, it's going to be a big mess, because maybe 1 or 2 will get by, the other one will just run right into him, and it'll be like rack 'em, stack 'em, and pack 'em. We'll have a full course yellow out there to slow the cars down and maybe almost bring them to a complete stop and clear the carnage out of the way.
So we currently got 8 in this practice session at the moment, and I'd have to say all 8, I think, are getting their first taste look at the Long Beach track. They're starting, they're coming to grips with it quicker than I thought they would. We've still got Isaac Barclay for No Wi-Fi Racing with the fastest time of 1:16.277 in an LMP, and we've got Robert there. What Robert? I think that. Yes, that's Isaac's teammate in the LMP2, No Wi-Fi number 36 Racing. and he's not far behind his teammate, sitting in second on the timing sheets with a 1:16.308, 0.031 behind his teammate. Very close. Looks like they've got a nice balanced team there.
Yeah, looks like we have one coming out of pit lane here. Combo, TG2 Combo coming out in the eSport, I guess it's TG eSport Racing. We got a few other cars sitting in pit right now. Okay, we got Eric Monet, 51 Racing, number 51 in the Prototype 2. First shot at Prototype 2 for Eric since he ran last race. Eric was here last year too, running a Prototype 2. It was a different mod we used, but Eric's now in the 51 Prototype 2. We'll see what Eric can do. He's so far 123 on the last lap, and that was his best lap. I think that's the only lap he's run.
Oh, very close to the wall there on the exit of the final turn hairpin. I don't think some of these guys have worked it out yet, Ron, to crack open that steering lock on these cars.
Yeah,
like I said, come out of that little corner.
Yeah, it's the last corner that does it. The rest of the corners are pretty good. It's the last corner you better have the steering lock to turn that last corner. And usually when you set up a car, this is what I do anyway. I want to make sure I set up for the tightest turn on the track, so I know I can get through the tightest turn on the track. The rest of the turns will be okay, but if I can't make the tightest turn on the track, then it doesn't matter what we do in the other corners, we're just not going to be quick. And we may not be able to take the line through the final corner or the tightest turn on the track without going off the track if we have cars near us, beside us, around us. So you figure you want to make sure you make that last corner, that hairpin. And I know drivers want to go wide to make the turn, but you can't always do that. So if you're in tight and you're squeezed in tight side by side, it might happen. How are you going to make that U-turn without going that wide? So you're going to have to get the steering lock to make it. I might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable on the other corners, but you're going to need it for that corner. I'm almost sure. Well, these drivers have been practicing right now for a while, and there's you can see some of the Corvettes here. All the team guys, I guess, are driving the same car, so I figure they're going to be driving. I think it's the same car. Let me see here. 51. Yeah, they're both 51 Racing Corvettes, and they're both in the 972. So it looks like the 972 drivers are going to be switched. Oh, wow! Right into the wall again. And this is the other one here, the other 972. This is Cal Ferrier. So Mikhail, that's Mikhail, I think it is pronounced, Ferrier. He's driving the 972 Corvette C7R, but so is TG2 Combo. Como still is running it as well, but I think these guys are on the same team. But these guys are running. I don't know if they're going to be driver swapping. There is driver swaps in the race, so you might see 2 doubled up cars, maybe 3, if they're using 3 drivers for this race. I don't know if they're going to use 3 drivers for this race. Some of the teams, it's not really a long race, but you'll probably see 2 or 1 because you can do it with 1 driver. So I guess they might pick the fastest driver, or they may sign up another GT for each of their drivers if there's cars available or spots available on the track. But right now we're all full, like Brett said, 42 entries in there. Look out, you locked it up down into turn 1. It looks like he's going to have to bring her to the pit, and we'll watch somebody else here. So looks like Strachan's back. We're watching Robert Strachan now. Number 36, and this Robert's, I guess he's starting to get a hang of it now.
Yeah, I think he's searching for bits of time. I think he's got the track down packed now, but he hasn't been able to lower that time any. So I think he's making some setup changes and pushing. Whoa, he was loose coming over the hill there.
Oh, there's a front end looked like a Corvette's front end on the track there.
We've got a Ryan Badira who's joined the server in the 73 Rookie Monsters Aston Martin.
Yeah, I'm going to let the skin load in first, and then we'll take a look at Ryan as he's coming out of the pit here now. Get Ryan on screen in a second here. There we go. And the Rookie Monsters number 73, Aston Martin. Ryan Verdera.
Yeah, they've Rookie Monsters have entered another GT car, LMGT 773. It is another Aston Martin because in their 73 they've got 5 drivers, and they are going to split their drivers between those 2 cars. We're just waiting on confirmation from their team manager Simon Marshall to confirm which drivers will be in their 773 and for the sprint rounds. They've also entered 2 P2s, 33 and a 333, and they've entered a second LMP1 car, 337, which is an Audi, and again with their LMP1 cars they have, let's find their entry here, they have 4 drivers in the 37, and I'm guessing they'll be splitting 2 of them across to the 337 for the sprint round. So yeah, we're just waiting on confirmation on that. So Rookie Monsters in total, 6 cars going for the sprint round championship. I guess there'll be some rivalry within that team in the sprint rounds, and don't give that 773 our setup. I can hear it now.
Yeah, you think that they think that you got enough cars in this one. They got the race covered.
Well, they're definitely going for the win. But then again, WEC Racing Simplified Esport team, Ron is the team manager of that team, and he's entered 2 P1s, 2 P2s, and 2 GTs, so you pretty much got it covered there too, Rod.
Yeah, we entered a few, but again, we got some new drivers too on the prototype too, so we'll find out. I've actually never met the drivers, just hired them, so we'll see what happens. They can run a half decent race and try to get a few points in their first event here at WEC, Factor2WEC.com. Right now we're in the car. car right now with the 73 is you can see him negotiating some of the corners. Down the back straight right now.
Oh, we got Gooey. One of the new admins is in the server. Oh, he must be running. Right, he's running the. He's in the 337 Rookie Monsters P1 Audi. So I'm guessing he must be one of the.
Oh, just hit the wall right there.
Big
just got him on the screen just in time. He brings her back to the pit. Just in time there. We got him, as you can see, coming down the front straight here. You can see a bunch of the cars coming down right now as Pereira is coming out of the pit again with that prototype one. We got one on the track, prototype ones. The rest are LMP2s and GTLM class. So we're going to follow Gooey Pereira. Pereira, I think it is. I gotta be able to pronounce his name. But these drivers here, they did well in the last race, and picked up a bunch of points in that last race there. But there was a lot of violations from a lot of the cars running at Sebring as they were hitting that double blend line on the exit of pit there, and really got nailed in the post-race replay review. Just want to check my pings to these cars here, as they can be hitting a little bit of spiking here. Seems to be settled down now. Alright, so now we'll see what Pereira will be able to run. See if he can put some telemetry on his car here and see what we got. And so I got the telemetry in miles per hour, and I'll change it to kilometers in a little bit, but we'll see what kind of, since we're running here at the Long Beach circuit in North America and the United States, they use Imperial, so we're going to stay in the miles per hour. And I know that a lot of drivers, they run with the kilometers per hour, but they don't, over here in the States, they run miles per hour. So even though the car might be in kilometers per hour, we're going to show you miles per hour on the screen for our United States viewers. He's coming into the hairpin right now. Looks like he's sliding there a little bit there through the hairpin. Alright, so that lap, 109.971. And I think he's got the fastest lap right now so far here, but I think he's on the live tracker of the practice he had this morning and I think last night. He's up there at about, I think he's in the 109s. I think it was a 109.8 he ran. So he's about where he was on his hot lap the other day. But you can see this P1, the speed compared to the other cars, this thing is like a rocket. And Prototype 1 are going to have to pick their way through. And, oh, look out, into the barriers. And here, oh, wow. Lucky he just escaped in the nick of time there as he stopped. But and looks like one of the other cars, Eric, might have got into him just before he escaped there. So you see how hard it is to get around, or how tough it is to get around the track here, even with nobody on the track, and you got a clear track to yourself, and there's rollerblade on the track. So imagine 42 vultures out there trying to get their way around the track while you're trying to make your way around the track. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be a good race. Hopefully we don't see too many full course yellows, but I have a feeling we're going to see a few. we got Isaac Barkley back on right now in LMP2. So these guys are getting their fill right now with the with practice, and that's good because they're going to need practice for this race, and not necessarily running hot laps. Not worry about what the lap time is on the fast lap tracker, because you want at this track, I can guarantee you with the multi-class racing, you're going to want control, 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 because it's going to be you're going to have to drive defensively. It's just the way it is. There will be points in the race where you'll be able to pick some guys off, yes, but if you're not paying attention to what you're doing defensively, because you know the other guy is going to make the mistake, and that mistake is going to cost you because there's no place for you to go but into him.
That's true. Very true.
All right, so Pereira's back on the track, and let's ride along with him anyway in the prototype one and get a look at it. This is an Audi. I'm sorry, this is yeah, it's an Audi, and you can see the difference in speed. Look out, he bounced it off the wall there. You can see how hard it is to drive this thing. You got one off the track there. Well, you can see the graphic of the driver's arms just cranking right over. Let's see what kind of speed he hits on the straightaway. 180, 92, 93, 94, 194 miles an hour with this Audi.
Guarantee how that donation thing's working. 51 Racing just donated.
Sorry, I had a little technical difficulty there. Yeah, we had, looks like 51 Racing. Brent was saying they donated something to the league, so they, I think they'll probably get their around the track. They'll get, I guess, some billboards and advertisements on the next races that we do. So we got somebody else that hooked up to the server. Look like Bishop. So we're gonna back out of here and get his skin loaded in. It says E Bishop. I don't know what the E stands for. It might be Eddie or Eric or anything, but I'd like the drivers to have their names for the race. So hopefully we'll get Bishop's name in the race if you can. But if not, well, we were going to enforce that rule, but this year, since everybody was going through it here, even though it's in the driver's notes, we're going to let it go for this year, and hopefully next year we can get everybody to get their names, or it could be next month or that. We're going to give you time to change over and get everything all changed over and we'll show you how to do it. But right now we're going to let it go for this race. We're going to give you a little time before we can, before we tell everybody exactly. They're going to have to change the profile on our website so it matches their in-game name, and it has to be, whether it's Joe Smith or whatever, even if it's not your real name. We don't want little hyphens and stuff like that on there. We want drivers' names on there so we can decipher who's who, especially in the standings. And it's a lot easier on the broadcast when we have the names. All right, so right now it looks like it's Bishop that was on there in ninth. So we'll see if he's still, if he came out yet. No, he's not out of the pit yet, and looks like he's in the 36. So that must be another driver for the 36 car in prototype 2. That looks like it's no Wi-Fi racing in the 36 prototype 2. Okay, Joan Prim, Evan Grohl is on the server too now.
Okay. You'll have a Steve, which is STEEV099. Request the mod on Steam there, Ron. If when he does,
I got two of them now. I got a TG2 Flues, which I had him before. I thought, but I guess I didn't. And Steven, so I'll accept both of those. So Steven is on, and Flues has got it too, so they'll be able to download the mod. All right, that's all taken care of. So if you're listening, yes, we just accepted you. You'll be able to pick up the mod and get on the server in, I don't know, within a half an hour time. I just accepted you, so you should be able to get it downloaded now.
Yep.
Don't forget to get the track on the website. Track's on our forums board.
Steve's one of your new drivers, Ron. He'll be running the LMP2 number 57.
All right, so we got a few guys we got 10 guys on here now, so it looks like Joan Prime, Emin Goal is on the server right now, and just had to load his skin in, and this is 10 now. I figured it's time. We're going to get a few now because it's about that time in Europe where the guys are going to try to get on. Oh, look out! Oh, that Corvette just hit the wall hard again. Can't seem to make that turn one. It gets a few, and then suddenly the tires start to go on them, and with a new, little bit of the track there getting a little hot. And the tires start to get a little bit greasy in the front. You can't make that corner, and that's the first corner at the end of the long straight here at Long Beach. We also have a new rumble strip there that well, we had it from this morning. We didn't change that, but this is something that the track needed, and we added the rumble strip to the exit of pit lane so the drivers can stay honest on the track and not use that pit lane at all. And also the pit lane exit, when drivers are exiting at a pit lane there, they got to stay to the right side of that rumble strip until it ends before they merge onto the track, which is a lot easier to do that way than it is for us to try to police that every lap with every car, like we tried to do with a 12-hour race, and we had to go through a 12-hour replay, which took us 4 days to find that there was, oh Christ, I think there must have been at least 500 violations in total, maybe more, total violations for that pit there. I thought I'd seen one car that had 44 in the 12-hour race there, and that's not counting the violations actually that happened in the race that we actually caught them for. So I think the best thing we did, I think probably the easiest thing we did, and the more, I guess, the it was the right thing to do, was to add that rumble strip there, as you can see the car going down to the end of it. This way the cars can be policed by themselves, and we don't have to worry too much about them. And if they get their tires up on the rumble strip, they're not going to gain any time on anybody and probably spin themselves out and crash their car. So stay off that, and everything will be fine. Well, we got 10 on the server, and right now the position 6, number 73, I'm looking at right now, and the Ryan Madara in the Austin Martin Rookie Monsters entry. Looks like we got a caution on the speedway here. Look out! Oh, over there, right into one of the Porsches there, and looks like he's off and running. And here comes the LMP. So see, that's the kind of accident you figure you got to know defensive driving. Even though you're coming up on something, you'll see the yellow flag in the top left of your screen. You know that local caution's there in your in that sector. You got to be prepared for it. So you know, it's like I said, it's that's just in practice in one car. Imagine 42 vultures on the track there, and one makes just a slight error and does that, and bounces it off the wall or whatever. It could wipe 5 or 6 cars out easily. That's how this track is. There's no reprieve. There's no reprieve for any mistake. So if you make that mistake, that's why I say control, control, control. Forget about speed. You can almost even forget about lap time. Unless you're qualifying, it's all control. If you have control, you'll be able to do what you need to do. And if you have to do a little invasive maneuver, you might be able to get away with it. I'm looking forward to broadcasting this race. I know there's going to be a lot of carnage in it. I know that the drivers are going to, it's going to be a long day, even though it's going to be an hour and 40 minutes. But, you know, we'll see who's at the end. We'll see who's there at the end, and we'll crown the 3 class winners at the end of that. All on the 24th of March at, I guess, a little probably after 5:30, probably 5:45 p.m. Eastern time. I think that's probably when the race will probably end. And we'll be crowning our champion for each class there. Now here's the 236s, and you can see the drivers here now. And we're looking again at Strachan this time again. See what the P2s are hitting on the straightaway. They're almost 169 miles an hour before he went in the curve. Look out! Oh, he got the rear end and caught the wall there. And Strachan got the wing damage there in the rear end. The right rear looks like it's down. It might be down. Well, he's still moving pretty good, so maybe it's not a flat. Definitely got some damage on the right rear, though. You see it pushed in there. Taking that first corner a little hot. Got that car sliding. The best thing to do is get that rear wing up, get some downforce on the car there. Make sure, even it might feel a little tight going into the corner, but slow her down, get around there, make sure that rear end doesn't come around on you, because all it takes is that one little slide, and that slide where you have to check up. If a car's anywhere near you, oh, he just creamed it into the wall there, leading to the back straight. And boy, it's going to be a long night, I guess, or a long week for them to fix these cars up. And hopefully he's coming up with a fresh car. It's definitely costing the sponsor a lot of money to bring out the fresh cars every time he totals it. And we're not even in the race. We're in the practice. All right, let's see if we can go back to the prototype 1 here, Pereira. He's ripping down the front straight. 94 miles an hour. As you see the P2 just exiting the pit lane there, as Pereira kind of bounces a little bit off the wall. I got sideways there, right through the fountain corner. Boy, he's got the thing drifting around the corner. Oh, we got another body part coming off the one of the 36s again. Boy, he's having a hard time. That one of the 36. I think that's Strachan, but can't seem to get through there. Maybe just too many changes on the car there. Maybe go back a little bit in his book on the setup. Backtrack to a few laps ago, or maybe about 15, 20 minutes ago when he was on there. He was running a few laps in a row. Looks like I'm getting a little warp with Pereira's car for some reason. His ping wasn't that bad, but seems the quality kind of bouncing around. He got a little sideways on the last corner through here. It didn't look like he did that time. You can see him skidding around the corner here. Like you can see the tire tracks when he goes around the corner. He's actually not good for the tires, especially when the tire model is going to be taking a beating at this track. Let's see if we can get the second place car here. It's Isaac Barkley. Now Barkley's running now. This is the other 36 for the no Wi-Fi team. Prototype 2. Get that off the screen there. So Isaac Barkley right now, and he seems to be kind of doing pretty good with his car. Maybe he might want to, I guess maybe he doesn't want to send over the setup that he has for his partner there, but I think his partner's racing with him. Let's have a look at one of the GTs here. Is Mikhail in a 972 machine. As he goes through the fountain corner, you're at West Coast Monaco, as they call it in the States. That's their West Coast Monaco here. Yeah, it's Long Beach. Let's see, we can't. We got 8 on the server right now, so we have. It's about what we're going to get, 8, 10, 12 cars, I think, at one point here. As everybody's got different times they like to practice at. As he trails down the long back straight here at Long Beach. Oh, he almost cracked the wall there. See what happens when he goes into the hairpin. If he takes it wide or cuts in. No, that's a good approach through the hairpin there. Got a little bit wide there, but made that corner and got out pretty good. Down the long straight here at Long Beach, right over the start-finish line. Coming up towards turn 1. And LP just there exiting the pit, turn 1. Through turn 2. Up to turn 3. Through the turn 4. Right-hander in turn 5. Now the upper tiers, as he goes up the tier of the track into turn 6. Very bumpy track here because it's a street circuit here at Long Beach. Turn 7 here, leading towards the third sector. And the dreaded turn 8. Look out! And there it is. It catches another one. Dreaded turn 8. That's how easy it takes to put your car into the barrier. And looks like we got, I don't know if he's trying to weave to get qualifying or get some heat out of into the tires. Try a qualifying run, but the 73 looks like he's weaving there on the last straight. I think he's going to try a qual run, a bonsai run here for a qualifying lap to see what he can pull off with the Aston Martin in the GTLM class. Take a look at it. Goes real deep into turn 1. Is he going to make this corner? Yes, he does. It's a smooth line through there too, actually, into the fountain corner. Nice and smooth through there. Caught a little bit of the rumble, sorry, the speed bump there, looked like on the inside of that corner there. All right, let's see if Dreaded Tornado pick another one off. He's just about to come up on it now. He's just up over the hill. Let's see if turn 8 gets another one. Nope, he made a nice entrance into that corner. Nice and smooth exit. Let's see his lap time when he hits the start-finish line. So far, his best lap was a 1:20.622. And here he comes and makes a tight turn through the final corner here, the hairpin at Long Beach, and down the front straight. He's got a bit of a bit of a draft with his car there. Looks like he picked up a 10th on it. Sorry, 3/10 on it actually. 1:20.305. So he managed to pull 3/10 off with that lap, with that Aston Martin. So he's definitely heading in the right direction with his setups and his changes, and the crew chief must be happy with that. Let's check on the Bishop machine in 4th on the chart. We got a little bit of a quad of cars here going through turn 1. Let's see what happens here. We got Bishop as Bishop in the other 36. So it looks like there's a 3-driver. It looks like it might be a 3-driver team here in the 36 practicing, unless they're only going to use one of the drivers and just testing with the other drivers. Bishop looked like he may have tagged the wall there. Oh, he just hit the speed bump, and you can see it lift air there. Might have damaged some suspension parts on that one there. Definitely don't want to be doing that too much, and we'll see if Dreaded Turn 8 gets another one, because these LMPs have been having problems in Turn 8 here. No, oh, he almost tagged the rear end there, a little fishtail around it. He made it through though.
Alright, I'll be back in a minute there, Ron. I'm just going to go make a cup of coffee.
Oh, we got a little sideways there through the, into the corner there, and a yellow flag out here in the final corner. As Bishop does a little loop-to-loop into the inside wall there, kind of a little bit of damage on the left front. I don't see anything came off that car, but he might have a little bit of damage. He's going to bring it down pit lane to see if he can get some repairs out of it. Looks like we got another one. Looks like the Sicania Motorsports machine of Roberto De Filippis entered the server. So we gain one, we lose one. You know, some of the guys kind of giving up tonight, a little bit late on practice there, and see if we can't load that car back in. So we get our skins loaded back in now. And Roberto De Filippis in Sicania Motorsports entry for the sprint round entered the server. Looks like we're looking right now at the P2, number 51 of 51 Racing, Eric Monet. So this is a Porsche. Sorry, this is a P2 Ligier. And we'll see, we'll ride along with Eric here and see what he does. Oh, it doesn't look like Eric could make that turn there. So he's kind of stopped in the last corner there. It looks like he escaped back to the pit area, the paddock, and he's going to try to get, I guess, a new car come out. Oh, we got another one wrecked here. It looks like Stratton's having a hard time with the front ends of this car. He's got a lot of body work to be repaired on this practice session. Alright, so here is the Sicania Motorsports entry that we've seen this morning. And the number 5 car, Roberto De Filippis of Sicania Motorsports. And this is a Nissan Prototype 1. Alright, so that's his outlap there. Let's see, he's going to hit the hairpin. Ooh, almost tagged the wall there out of the exit of the hairpin. Down the long straight here at Long Beach over the start-finish line for his first time lap of the night here in this practice session. 41 minutes remaining. Hits the corner pretty good in turn 1. See down the fountain corner here. Looks like it's a smooth line through there. You can see there's a lot of rubber now built up on the track. So if the guys can stay in that groove, not stray out into the pebbles, they might be a little bit better off. Dreaded turn 8. Oh, I don't know if that was, I think it was a bit of a warp there I seen there, because I don't think his car bounced off the wall like that. Alright, final corner here. Made a nice turn there. Tight corner. Got right up close to the wall. Made a half decent exit. We just lost him here. I don't know if it's my end or that. Looks like I got a bunch of cars still, so it looks like I lost Roberto De Filippis. Looks like his connection, because I don't see him on the track. So definitely having a connection problem there. A little bit of warp. I seen it earlier in the run. There he is there. So he's back now. Oh, looks like he left the race. So maybe a little connection problem for Roberto, as I did see a little bit of warp with his car. And right now we see who's coming out of the pit here. We got another. We got Ben Russell. So Ben Russell's going to try another shot at this one here. See if he can't improve on some of the setup that he setup changes he did in GTLM. As right now Ben Russell in the GTLM class showing is sitting second to Ryan Videra in the Aston Martin, the Rookie Monsters number 73. So off his best time, it looks like he's 3 seconds, maybe 3.2 seconds slower. So he's got a lot of work to do. Definitely, he's got a lot of work to do with that Porsche. See if they can't get a little more speed out of it. But it's still early. We're still way long into the event. We're still on Tuesday 6th right now of March. Event's not until the 24th. The shakedown race is not until the 17th. That's our test race. Just got plenty of time to get that thing in shape. You're seeing a first look right now, in first hand, of the drivers now getting a first time look at what's happening with just 8 or 10 drivers on the track. And when they have 40, like I said, then it's on. All right, let's see what Ben will do here. Got a P2 up behind him very soon here, so he might have to give way to that as Roberto backs up, gets back onto the server. Hopefully his connection problems are stable now, and he can run a few laps without getting dropped off the server. Oh, we got the 73 coming right out in front of the 12 right now. Kind of got out of the way there, let him go for his hot lap. That might have got a little bit of in his way there, so might have chopped a little bit of time off there. Here comes a prototype 2 behind him too, so that might be a little bit, unless he can get him on the straight. Probably get him right after this corner here. He's going to have to go to the inside. Nope, he's going to follow him down the straight there. Alright, he went to the right. And the Porsche had to check up a little bit there as he just got him near the end of that corner there, corner 7. Let's see if he can get through corner 8 here, the dreaded corner. Usually gets a lot of guys. And tags another one. Dreaded corner 8. That's the corner. And looks like Bishop is part of the outside retaining barriers there on corner 8. Lucky there are barriers there. And going to have to come in and make a little bit of repairs again on the car. Looks like he's missing the bonnet on that now. So around he goes to make some repairs, get in the pit lane, and we'll see who else we can find on the track here. I believe Roberto's back on the track, so we're going to load his skin back in. We got 9 currently on the server. We'll see if we can't get Roberto. Find Roberto's car here. There it is. And we'll see if we can do this again with Roberto De Filippis in the Sicania Motorsports number 5 entry, Nissan Prototype 1 here at the Long Beach International Circuit. I'm Ron Caranci, along with Brett Gray. Testing session for the 1.6 hours of Long Beach, sponsored by GXPC Computers, Gary Cross, RacingSimplified.com, and rfactor2wec.com. All right, looks like he's doing real well right now, and got a good run off the last corner. And this is his first lap. We'll see what he can pull off. Earlier this morning, I seen him running 1 minute 10. Pretty sure he was in the 1:10s. We'll see what happens now. A lot of rubber laid down on the track in this session. There's only 35 minutes remaining, so the driver's been out for a while. Laid a bunch of rubber down. Should be a quicker time. Then he posted this morning. Right now, he has nothing. We have nothing to compare it with right now until he hits the start-finish line. Then we can compare this lap to whatever laps he runs after on this session. But we'll have to know. A nice corner there. He exited pretty well. He got on the gas. I didn't see any wheel spin. Up over the start-finish line, and we'll see what he's got here. 1 minute 12.968. Oh, we had one there in the middle of the track there. One of the 36 cars, P2s. Must have had a little bit of a mishap. So he's definitely off by a couple of seconds off his hot lap from this morning. But so far so good. He's still got on the track, and doesn't look like he has too much warp and like he had when he just got on. So it looks like it's stabilized off. Let's see if we can't ride along with Roberto. Looks like he's got a pass-through penalty. Must have got caught speeding coming out of pit lane. So within 10 laps, he's going to have to perform that pass-through. Yes, even in practice, you have to perform the pass-through. Driver's got to get used to getting in and out of pit lane without getting any penalties, especially with a rev limiter. You got a rev limiter so they know, it keeps the revs where it needs to be and the speed where it needs to be. Okay, that last lap there was a 1:13. So I got a little slower than the last one, but he got some cars in front of him though. Watching the visor camera look here at Roberto De Filippis and what he's seeing out of his cockpit. So you can see he's really, Reno's getting a little bit of a workout there. Turn 8 coming up. Let's see if we can get through without hitting that wall. Looks like there's caution in this last sector here. Looks like it's cleared out. There we go. 111.9, so a little faster lap on that lap there. Still not what I seen this morning. let's see what first place, well, the top of the charts here was Yuri Pereira. Hit the wrong button. I think he's still there. He is, the 337 machine. Yuri Pereira, prototype 1. This is an Audi. I think between this car here in P1 and the P1 of Roberto Di Filippis, the Nissan, those type of cars, those two makes, seem to be the best two so far that I've seen in the last couple of races. But both races, the endurance races, were won. The 24-hour Daytona race, and yes, it was 24 full hours in real time. Looks like the Nissan took both of those races. The 12 hours of Sebring, the last race we just ran, and the 24-hour Daytonas, both Nissan made on those races. So we'll see if the Audi can't do something here at Long Beach and maybe come back with the new updates and new mods. Look out! Right into the prototype 2. That's all it takes. A little checkup, and Pereira's got nose damage. That's all it takes. And you see that? Split second. One thing happens on the track, just a split second. All it takes is one car. Doesn't need 5 or 6 at this track. All it takes is one, and you cannot stop. So, like I said, it's best to try to practice defensive driving. Try to get around the corner very smooth, very easy. Not try to pull hot laps off, because you're not going to be able to do hot laps in the race. I guarantee it. You might be able to do it, but in the race, 40 cars, maybe a quarter of those cars, GTLM class, probably stacked together. It's going to be like, trying to get yourself through a minefield. That's pretty much what it's going to be like. Just tiptoe through the minefield. So let's see what this Porsche is doing here. And you got Ben Russell again back in. The last time we had a look at Ben, we got one around, and it looks like it's 51 Racing there, P2 of Eric Monet. He's going to pull her into the pits. Looks like Ben Russell here. Let's see if he can get another lap in here, and we'll see if he doesn't get eaten up by that turn 8 retaining wall again there with the tire barriers. Seems to be his Achilles heel on this track so far in practice. Oh, he almost got hooked by the rumble strip there and almost lost the rear end. All right, we got the prototype 1 pass him. See the speed difference in prototype 1. Very easily pass one car. All right, here we go. Turn 7. Now we're going to come up on the dreaded turn 8 for Mr. Russell here, and hopefully it doesn't capture him again. Oh, got him a little bit sideways there. Looks like Pereira's car must have hit there, because his bumper, his front part of his car was lying in the corner there. So Pereira didn't make it through. There was a white bumper on the front there, and that looked like the Audi's front end there. So he tried to get through there a little bit quicker, and ended up ripping the front end off. I told you, at this track, no reprieve. So everybody's testing the limits now in practice, which you can. Doesn't cost you anything really to do it, except about a bunch of time to get on here and practice. But I guarantee you, if you don't get the practice, you're not going to know what's going to happen. And even in the race, you're probably not going to know what's going to happen either. Because there's going to be so many of those cars out there that all you need to do is make one slight error, or even just miss 1 point. Doesn't have to be an error. And that could cause havoc and rack them, pack them, and stack them. That's what it's going to be, like an accordion. So Ben got away with that first lap. Let's see what he does in the second as the P2 go by him. And Ben's coming up on turn 7 again. Let's see if turn 8 doesn't eat him up. Last time he almost spun it out. We'll see turn 8 coming up now. See if Ben slows down. Makes this corner. Yes, nice and smooth. That's the way you want to do it. He can do that. If he can do that every time, get his brake point down nice and smooth through there. Don't get the car sideways. You'll be fine. You won't be able to get. You won't get eaten up too much on that corner. Imagine if it was raining on the track as their first practice. Right now, we got realistic weather on the server using weather plugin.
I'm back.
And it looks like Brett is back. All right, let's see what the lap time is. 1:23.7. So not his best lap. 1:22.8 was his best, but he's gotten a couple in a row now. Let's see if he can add to it and keep it going. I don't know what tires he's running on, but he's probably running on the Ultra Soft, so I can check for you very easily. You give me a minute, I'll check what kind of tires he's running on. Getting up my live racers here to find out what tires he's running on. Maybe they all. I'm pretty sure he's running on the Ultra Softs. We'll find out for sure. Nope, he's running on the second compound, which is the soft. So he's on the second compound, and he's not on the most stickiest compound they have. He's on the S7s, which is the soft tires, and he's going to try and use those soft tires. And he figures the soft tires are going to be better for this track. I don't think you want to waste time with anything but the S6s right now. They're S6s, but they're the Ultra Softs, because the amount of laps you're going to get in before I guess we see a full course caution or something's going to happen. You're probably not going to be pushing the car that hard on the track because you won't be able to. There'll be too much traffic. If you do try it, you're probably going to be part of the K-Rails sooner than you know it. But the driver's going to have to learn for themselves, I guess. And I guess we got a little sideways there through the. Looks like we'll call that that's the fountain turn. We'll call it the dolphin turn because I see a little dolphin statue there on the fountain. He's definitely got his blinkers on. He's coming in for pit, looks like. Let's see if turn 8 eats him up. So far he's made 3 in a row. He's only got sideways once on there. Let's see if turn 8 eats him up. He's pretty close, but looks like he's stabilized off there. Looks like he's got the rubber heated up enough. He's getting through there pretty good. All right, so let's head over to Joan Prime at my goal here with the Rookie Monsters. We haven't seen him on the track for a while, so let's have a look at him with 23 minutes left in the session. And see what Emerald is going to do. He's so far 1:22.2 is his fastest lap, and doesn't show a last lap right now. So this was his out lap. We'll see what happens here. Still got 9 on the server. So most we had so far testing right now at this time is 10, and they're probably going to get this through the week. And the more the race time gets closer, the more the server is going to fill up during the weeks, and we'll bring you some live coverage whenever we get a chance to. So Brett, what do you think so far? I'd say you were away there, but we've seen a lot of looks like turn 8 leading to the back straight there, eating up a lot of cars, along with of course the turn 1 where the guys overshoot.
Yeah, look, I think early on, when they all first got on, there was quite a bit of running into walls and overshooting corners and so forth. But as the sessions progressed, they've come more so to terms with the track. Of course, being in practice, and as I was saying earlier in the broadcast, it's most of them, all of them really, it's their first look at the track. And so not only have they got come to terms with learning the track and getting used to the walls and braking points and where the big bumps are and so forth. They're also working on setup, so you know there's a lot going on at the moment, but I'm impressed with how quick they've come to terms with the actual track, because it is a difficult track to navigate.
Yeah, it's definitely a harder track to navigate, but they have some rubber on the track now, so that'll help them. The thing is, they're not going to have that rubber, that much rubber until the race, and until you're halfway through the race or a quarter way through the race. So whatever starting rubber, and if it rains, and like I said, we don't have a rain service set up, we have live weather here, so whatever they have there, if it does manage to rain, some of these guys are going to have to try to test in the rain. That's going to be havoc, especially on a street course. All right, I got Ben Russell's now on Ultra Softs, and so is Jean Prime Amangol in the GT here that we're currently watching. They're on the Ultra Soft compound, which is the softest compound the GTs have and the LMPs. So they're on the stickiest compound right now. See if he can't better his lap here when he hits the start-finish line. Nope, 124 on that lap there. So it looks like about 122 for John Prime and Goal in the 73. Excuse me. Oh, he tagged the wall there in turn one. It seemed to, the barriers, just the end of the barriers seemed to get him. Well, that's the end of him there. He's going to have to bring him back to the pit. Ryan Verdara here is in the other 73, so we'll have a look at him. He seems to be doing pretty good. His best lap, 119.787. So he seems to be brewing up pretty good there. Right now, out of the three GTs that are on the server, Ryan is the quickest right now with 119.7. This is another Rookie Monsters driver, so they'll be driving the Rookie Monsters machine. Now, they were both in the 73 car. I think they were both in 73. So I think they're probably driving the same car. So there's probably going to be a driver swap, those two drivers. So you can see the difference in those drivers. That one there, that last lap, looks like a 119.8. It's about a tenth out of the off his best lap. And we got 18 minutes and 13 seconds left in this session. We're going to sign off after the 18 minutes, and we'll be back on the wall if there's more practice, and we might bring it live to you. But during the week, we might bring some more live practice to you, so definitely check back every once in a while, and head over to the website too, and check out what's happening on the website, maybe sign up. Oh, look out, dreaded turn 8, there it is. Another car bites the dust in dreaded turn 8. Ryan Verdara there just creamed the wall and creamed the tire barriers there, and heads back to the pit with that Austin Martin. I've seen turn 8 and turn 1 eat cars up like crazy. All right, we're following Eric now. Eric Monet in the Ligier P2, number 51 of 51 Racing. There's a, oh, look out! Almost tags one of the prototype 2s there in front of him. I think one of the 36s must have spun out. So he's right behind him now. There's one of the 36 get away. I don't know who that was there, but well, Eric got by him, and we'll see. We'll take a ride with Eric here. turn 8 coming up. Boy, and it's just the approach and how the cars get eaten up on that corner there, leading to that back straight. You know, and when you bounce off something like that, especially there in turn 1, the car actually spins around or bounces off of it and ends up right in the path of other cars. So if they're actually coming there, it looks like we got a caution. Final corner here. Somebody was there. It looks like it's cleared now. Well, 16 minutes to go. Let's see what Eric did in the last lap. 120.9. So his best lap was a 117.7. He's 3 seconds off his pace. Let's see what tires Eric's on. Let me just check for you what tires that Eric's running on in his prototype 2. Eric's running the Ultra Softs as well, so he's definitely on the softest compound. I thought he was going to overshoot that corner too. Turn 7, he's coming up on turn 8. Let's see what happens. Turn 8. Drivers seem to want to push the corners really quick there. Turn 8. Looks like he got through pretty good. Turn 8, but the LMP2 is moving pretty good here. Let's see what happens in this next lap. See if he can't pick up a little bit on his best lap here in this practice. Oh, a little wide there. That's going to cost him some time. That hairpin. See, that's the thing we were talking about earlier. You don't have that steering lock right, and if you don't hit the corner exactly where you want to, he definitely did pretty good lap time. 119. It's 119.0. So about a second and a bit off, but might have had a shot at beating his lap time, his personal best here on this session. But that last corner ate him up there as he tried to get around it, and that's what I said about the steering lock. If you don't hit it right on, and you don't have enough lock left. Oh, look out! Looks like Roberto Di Filipis there kind of jumped the rumble strip there, and got a little airborne. Almost ran right into Eric's 51 there. Here's Roberto coming up now again in the prototype 1, and we should be able to easily get by on the back straight once they make turn 8. Oh, a lock up there, and eats. Oh, there it is, turn 8. You've seen it live. One car following the other, turn 8, eats up one, and the other one just hits it. And that's rack 'em, pack 'em, and stack 'em. That's what I was talking about. That's all it takes. It doesn't mean the driver behind's got to be making a mistake. It's the guy in front. Once they hit and bounce off, you got no place to go. you don't even have enough time to check up. And if you got 5 or 6 behind you, you're pretty much gonna, like I said, accordion. Rack 'em, stack 'em, pack 'em. It's gonna be like a minefield there. Boom, 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 boom. I have a bunch of cars broken up on the track there, and if we don't get everybody through, we might have to throw the full course yellow, and probably see a few of them. What I'm thinking is, though, if it's a full course caution, it's fine. They can probably limp around and get back to the pit. But if it's not, and they're trying to get around, there's a bunch of cars on the track. Have to know that the cars in front of them is going to be slow, and there's really no place. There's lefts and rights, so there's really no place a car can do. Just stay off the racing line and give it to the. Hopefully the cars see you, and just don't go too fast. But then again, keep out of the way, and hopefully nobody runs into you while you're damaged trying to get back to pit lane. So this track is going to be a mess. You can just tell. Drivers, I figure survival, control, and survival. And survive the race, you have a shot. Forget about your lap time. Forget about how fast you are. Just make it control, 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 control. In the end, when there's a few cars left, maybe you can make a quick pit if you get the caution near the end or caution in the middle somewhere, and maybe adjust your set while you're in the pit. Maybe make it a little quicker. Maybe take some downforce off it, whatever. But when you got 35, 40 cars starting the race, it's just going to be one of those things that you want to pass, but if you make one mistake, you're dead. Pretty much your car's gone. And if you're not paying attention, and even if you are paying attention, it could be a car in front of you that just hits the wall, bounces off in front of you. You got no place to go. And we're definitely looking for some action, and there's going to be some action in this one. And a sprint race is always fun to watch, but with multi-class racing, it's a spectacle, that's for sure. Oh, see that? Just tried to outbrake the P1. Just tried to outbrake the GT going into turn 1. Ended up overshooting. You see the P1 had it slid and went right into the tire barriers. That's all it takes. I don't know if the drivers, well, I guess the drivers can't be listening, but if you're listening out there, control, control, control. Mark my words, that's what it's going to take. Because half of these cars, 3/4 of these cars are going to be out before the halfway point. And it's not because it's going to be their fault. It's going to be sending somebody else, hit the wall and bounce like right there. Dreaded turn 8. Porsche must have just spun around. And just lucky to get by was a 73. That was Jean Pram Amango. Turn 8 seems to be eating up a lot of cars here. See, watch Eric again here. Now he's going to go through the last corner. His turn 8 got him the last time he was out. And again, a little bit wide there. Oh, he got a body part ripped off the car there. I seen something fly off of it. He must have hit the inside barrier there. Looks like one of the stabilizers in the rear wing came off, or it could be one of the. Oh no, it looks like the right front. Right front, one of the little flaps on the right front, the blue flap is off. There's one on the left, but I don't see one on the right. So it looks like he tagged one of the right flaps. I don't know if that's going to make too much of a difference, but on a track like this, but you know, it's definitely something to do with some downforce on the right front, and keeping that right front down might unstabilize the car. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we'll follow Eric a little bit here. See if you can get by. There's turn 7. Dreaded turn 8 coming up. So we're having a live view of this, and it's helping me too, because I know that turn 8's where the action's going to be. So put the cameras on turn 8. You hear me, cameraman? Put the cameras on turn 8. All right, here comes Eric here. Let's see what he's got. A little wide there on that turn there. Let's see what lap he pulls off here. 120.8. Again, seems not to be getting close to his 117.7 there, which is personal best on this in this test session here. So we got, looks like 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. All right, we're going to look at Mr. Bishop again. Is 119.045 on that last lap in the Prototype 2 Ligier, and his best lap, personal best on this session, 116.399. So I think I think the Bishop car here, Bishop in this 36 seems to be doing a little quicker than what Eric Monet is doing in the 51, but I don't know how many laps he's at. Oh, look out, he just hit the one of the speed bumps there. It's not a good thing to do. Upset the car like that. A couple of shots on that right front, and he definitely damaged the suspension. Okay, dreaded turn 8. Let's see what happens here. Got through pretty good. Nice and smooth. That was a good turn, a good corner. See if you can string a couple laps together before this session's over. Oh, look out. And it looks like the back straight got him that time. The corner at the end of the back straight got him there. Went sideways. I don't think he did too much damage to it. I don't think he touched anything. Good corner there. That last corner was not bad. Well, then he got a little sideways off the exit. Yeah, 119.0 there again. So 3 seconds off his personal best. See if you can string another lap together. We'll see what happens. We'll follow them and see what happens. I've yet to see these guys throw about 5 or 6 of them in a row together. Oh! He hit something on the wall there. Just tore the body parts apart there, and wow. And another part of the concrete K-rail there. And he's got no rear wing right now. All right, so let's take a look at his partner here. Looks like Rick has entered the race now. Rick Hyde. He's got 6 minutes left in this session. So Rick is in. He's in one of our cars, isn't he?
Yeah, he's running the WEC Racing Simplified LMP2 number 99.
All right, so let's see if we can get a little bit of Rick. If he comes out of the pit. Oh, the 36 runs the wall again. Bishop's got no rear wing, that's why, so he's going to have to pull it in. Looks like, yeah, he brought it back to the pit. His partner in crime here, Robert Strachan, in the 36. Let's see if he's going through turn 8, gets through pretty good. Strachan's done a 1:16.308, so he's not bad with a lap time either, but the thing is, can they string 5 or 6 laps together? Not going to be able to do it now. There's about 5 minutes to go. I might get 3 or 4 in if they don't stop, and we'll see if we can find out. Oh, no front end on Isaac. He's missing the front end of that Prototype 2 Ligier. And Isaac, he's done a 1:15, 8:96. So Isaac, in Prototype 2 right now, there's only one Prototype 1 on the track. Prototype 2, Isaac's on the top of the chart. He's right now personal best and fastest in this practice session. But he's going to have to bring it off to repair it. He's got no front end on that thing. And in he comes. Let's see if we can get Rick here in the prototype here. There's Rick. And he's in the 99. And let's see what Rick can do here. We got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the session. As we got another one entered here is Rick Hyde in the Racing Simplified number 99 Prototype 2. Rick's been on the server before and ran a couple laps, I think, with a GT. When it gets to about 9 or 10, Brett, I'm seeing a little bit more popping on the server. That's what I'm seeing. So Roberto De Philippe's, he lost the connection when he was on. I see him disappear and he lost connection. It was warping. It was about 9 or 10 cars where it was having a problem. So I'm saying, like I said, it's okay with a little bit less, but then after that it started to have a problem. So I don't know what it is, but we'll find out in the test race. Alright, so we have 2 Prototype 2s going at it right here. As 99, Rick Hyde. The test session here is the 36 right behind him. Alright, Simons Marshall, the manager of the Rookie Monsters, has entered the server, so he might be a little practice here too. So we can put some telemetry on Rick here. Oh, a good corner there, that last corner. Let's see what Rick does. Is see if he can get close to some of these guys here. Yeah, 116.9, not bad. First lap. 174 and 175 miles an hour before going into turn 1. And, oh, did he almost hit that barrier? He was that close. He was just kissing that tire barrier on the exit. All right, we got 2 minutes left in the session here, and oh, we bounced off the wall there, leading to from turn 7 to turn 8. Let's see if we can get through the second line through here. He got through. Let's ride along with him for the last little bit here in the Ligier. A minute 45 to go in the session. signing off in about a minute. And here's Rick's second lap. Let's see what he did here. Oh, he went green in that sector, so 116 flat. Oh, he got a little sideways there. Managed to control it. Alright, so we got a minute left in the session here. Good time to sign off and say thank you for watching. We'll be back, probably bringing you some more. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next time during the week, maybe next week. You know, we got a shakedown race on the 17th. Definitely we'll have some fun in that. We'll bring that to you live too. For Brett Gray, Ron Caranci, and all the people over here at WEC, rfactor2, WEC.com. We're going to sign off and say have a good one. Hopefully your night's good. And if it's in the morning, hopefully you have a good day.
Yep. Have a good day, people. And we shall be back maybe sometime tomorrow.